Hi, this is Hyperthyroid Cats. I'm Forrest Poston. I'm not a vet. I'm a guy who hangs around cats and a guy that cats hang around. Uh, I am here with some news. It's not brand new news, but it is, to a degree, good news. And it's not just about hyperthyroid cats. It's a general, you know, cat food, dog food, food. I don't want to say pet food because I don't think of them as pets, but that's what we call it anyway. Um, AAFCO, Association of American Feed Control Officials, and it's a very officious name, has finally approved new guidelines for labels on cat food, dog food, etc. The worthwhile part of the good news is that the nutritional part of the label will require them to specify calories from protein, fat, and carbohydrates in a way that makes it possible for you to actually compare, which means folks with diabetic cats will know if this food should be low enough in carbs to keep the insulin down. And there are some other requirements and suggestions, and none of them really amount to anything beyond that. Most of the other numbers are still in terms of minimums or maximums. They're not actual numbers, so they don't actually help. Also, and okay, I'm going to be a grumpy old man. I am a grumpy old man. AAFCO started researching this back in 2015, and it took them until 2023 to make their decisions and approve it. 8 years to accomplish what was obvious 50 years ago? Or name it. I mean, 60 years ago, 70 years ago. Consumers should have information that allows them to make an intelligent choice, an informed choice. That takes research to figure out. But at least, hey, we moved forward instead of backward. It's sad that qualifies probably for a parade or something. Meanwhile, AAFCO is also recommending that states allow 6 years for implementation, so that the states can fart around as long as they want with whether or not to actually require companies to follow these, because, unless, federal or state government makes it a law, companies don't have to follow any of this. Of course, they can't say, anything about meeting AAFCO guidelines unless they meet the AAFCO guidelines, supposedly. And then time for companies to actually implement the changes. So we may actually see some of the new labels on some foods in some areas this year. Depends on the company. But we will not see this fully required for a long, long time. We will forget long before then that the change was ever ordered. And the biggest issue is that there's still no actual enforcement. Nobody goes around and actually checks officially what's in the foods. And when studies are done, it turns out that what's on the label doesn't always relate to what's in the can, whether that is in terms of specific ingredients, iodine levels, whatever. Now, those studies were 10 years ago or more, so things may be better. I'm not convinced because nobody goes out there and checks. So if a can says it has a good protein level and not too many carbs, it might be a good choice. Whether or not you really trust the company to be honest is going to still be up to you, and you don't have anybody who is forcing them to be honest. And unfortunately, unless forced, there are a lot of corporations out there who won't be honest. All right. I've already recorded this a couple of times because I kind of slide down into the ranting level. But the good news is some of the food labels will eventually include some information that will be somewhat more helpful, and we'll take it. All right. Thanks for dropping in. Please subscribe to the channel. Make comments. Would like it if you click the thumbs up. I'll pout if you click the thumbs down. Please click share and tell your friends. And I'll see y'all later.